thing. We should probably get started. There's probably quite a bit to cover.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and start with the first questions then. Um, how long has your clan been around for?
We have
Were you a previously established clan before Helldivers 2?
we were not. I did play Helldivers 1 though. There are a couple other members that played Helldivers 1, but they are not house leaders.
Okay. Then what motivated whoever is the actual leader? I believe Aqua, you said you were the leader.
Yes.
What motivated you to start this clan?
So I started this clan basically back because I basically pre-ordered Helldivers 2. I really enjoyed the first game. I loved to death this Helldivers 2. But mainly Helldivers 2 came at a pivotal point in my life. My dad passed back in January of 2024 to cancer, and I just needed, I guess, a getaway. But also, in my own way, I've always come to gaming as like my therapy to vent and get back to get back to normalcy, I guess. But I met Vendell and Cinder and Sauce all through Helldivers 2, and really they really helped me out at a trying time in my life. So, and the other house leaders as well, we just came together. And then really we didn't form it later until later in the year. I was like, why don't we just make a Discord server? Why don't we try to find others that might be in the same situation or love the game or just love video gaming in general? So
If I can add something to that, is that we had a feeling that Helldivers was going to come up with clan or platoon, and we wanted to get a jump on that by getting people within group together and a place that we can, use our home base. So we were hopeful that would come to pass, and then we just decided, hey, let's just do our Discord. Let it know.
yeah.
Okay. Still hopeful that this will be added. Very patient, but it would make our.
You guys are definitely not alone in that. Um, and Cinder, Sauce, and Vendell, what actually motivated you guys to join this clan?
Like I said, I met Aqua. I'm sorry. Let me go real quick. I met Aqua. I like the game. I've never played Helldivers 1, but this was like kind of right up my alley. Just the community. I'm an older gamer, so I remember PlayStation SOCOM, other games of that nature, and just it just was fun, and you know, just joining with these guys, these cool people, and I just wanted to continue doing that.
I feel like I needed a safe place with a small community unit. Sorry, and I feel like this, it, this is a safe place for everybody. You know,
Vendell?
Um, I was one of the founding members. Um, so when Aqua was mentioning, creating a clan and things like that, I was totally for it. I was very hesitant because I don't I didn't use these Discord like at all. But it I started after my level on Greek, so like the game to me was very unknown for the longest time. I don't know how it slipped my radar. Once I started playing, I instantly fell in love and now have 1,005 hours logged in this game.
Nice. Gonna head to go into my next question. How often do you guys hold orders to deploy or participate in major orders?
We try our best to jump on as soon as we can. A lot of people are in different time zones, so we try our best to organize. We mainly get on Monday nights, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are our main days we usually operate, but any other day of the week we are on, just not all together.
Okay. What about events non-related to Helldivers 2? Do you guys host movie nights? Maybe like other game nights?
So currently we have I have a video games section for other people that like other video games, but we also have a Monster Hunter section as well that we're ramping up for Monster Hunter Wilds. So we know that's going to be a big hit. And then Marvel Rivals, obviously you know how big that is with the 20 million people. and whatnot playing that game. So you have that section. But yeah, it's a
Do you guys
oop, oh,
go ahead?
it's just it's a all-rounded server. We didn't want to incorporate too much. We just wanted it to be a safe place for people to come and enjoy playing video games. And if you enjoy Helldivers 2 or Wilds and Marvel Rivals, then it's a bonus.
Okay. Do you guys currently produce any clan-related content, whether it's art or other media, so through YouTube or Instagram?
Um,
Or if you don't, is future content planned as of this interview?
so right now I use my YouTube channel to upload like clips and crazy stuff that us as a community do. And Cinder does some of his as well. And then Sauce is getting his geared up for that. That I'm aware of, right, Sauce?
Yes, sir.
And then we've done our clan history. We have a whole extensive lore that we've worked tediously. Nail hit the old grindstone, I guess. It's very lengthy in length. We're thinking about potentially doing audio logs to basically cover it later on, but that's not set in stone just yet. We wanted to grow bigger as a community and get our name a little bit out there before we dove a little bit into those. So I'm trying to get better at editing and all that stuff.
We
Okay.
actually went about like an hour and a half reviewing all of our lore last night. in preparation for this.
Oh wow, okay.
We take it
Well,
very
that'll
seriously.
actually lead me to
That's
my
so
next question then. Then what is the basis for your guys' clan, or some of the lore rundown of some of the houses that you guys have in the clan?
So
Or if you guys obviously don't identify as a clan, what's the purpose to serve as an LFG group?
we identify as a clan. We're a clan that operates within a community Discord server. So I have a section in the lore right now that I had for just a short long story short. Do you mind if I read?
Go for it.
In the annals of Super Earth, most storied battles, the First Galactic War stands as one of humanity's greatest yet most costly triumphs. 95 colonies scattered across the cosmos banded together in a desperate fight for survival. This coalition included bastions like Mog, Adhara, Genesis Prime, and Oasis, united in a single cause to drive the Ignatic Illuminate back into the darkest reaches of the galaxy. Genesis Prime, a sprawling metropolis in the Rictus sector, bore the brunt of this brutal conflict. For 13 years and 36 days, the war ravaged the landscapes. Its once proud oceans evaporated and replaced by barren wastelands and endless ion storms. The skies now churn with electronic storms, a permanent reminder of the sacrifices made. Few dare venture into the desolate ruin now called the Shattered Prime. The survivors, scattered across 95 colonies, decimated colonies, sought refuge where they could. 14 new colonies emerged from this exodus, settling upon the vibrant islands of planet Oasis. Here, they established a new society with the clan of Trident, a formidable organization forged from the island's resilient people, rising to prominence. Myself, descendant of the 95th original colony, now stands at the helm of Helldivers Command. His lineage and my legacy, and it symbolizes the resilience of the human spirit, the strength of the 95 colonies, and the unyielding determination to defend Super Earth. Me and all the other Trident Helldivers honor the memory of Genesis Prime and all those lost, even as they prepare for their next fight on the horizon. Wherever we go, only democracy knows. Trident Helldivers to the third degree to ensure all our citizens stay free. And that's just a quick synopsis of. It's a lot lengthier than that, but to cut it short.
Good
Mhm.
excerpt.
Yeah, an excerpt.
Yeah, that's actually really great. Cinder, Sauce, and Vendell, if you guys would like, could you also share some of the lore surrounding some of your own houses?
We'd be happy.
Awesome. I'll start with Incinder and move down.
The House of Sindor is more like towards my personality. I'm more of a personality that likes to join into the fight, so you'll see me jump in. Uh, I and basically that's what it was in my synopsis, and I'll keep mine short, real short. Basically, I'm on a planet, and it kind of gets overthrown by a family member, and then I have to seek refuge on another and bring citizens here and keep them safe as well. So, but more or less, the House of Sindor is more like a personality trait of just going in, jumping in. I like to go into SOS battles. I like to jump in and help as much as I can, even if it's from low level to high level. So that's basically what House Cinder does. It doesn't, I have I use my own real life experiences. Like I'm currently, I don't like fire. I'm not I'm a pretty, I have a phobia towards fire and things like that. So that's why the name comes from Incinder, trying to, as a way of overcoming that, and playing in the game using fire loadouts and napalms and things like that, to respect it.
Sauce?
It's my enjoy words. So um, it's a prestigious institution within the Trident organization. It's dedicated to preserving history, documenting battles, and providing tactical analysis for Helldivers.
Okay, gotcha. And Vendell?
My house it specializes in stealth and honor. Each of our houses kind of has like focuses, and my house specifically, in the lore of the group, is the corpse retrieval, if you will, morticians of the stars. Um, I was looking for a short excerpt to read from my lore page I have, and I'm going to just read the very first part of it. The House of Vogue is a revered house within the Trident colonial administration, known for their unparalleled expertise in stealth operations and survival in some of the galaxy's harshest conditions. Operating in frozen wastelands and low visibility environments, the Vogians are masters of guerrilla tactics, flowing with an efficiency and precision that makes them more myth than man to their enemies. Often called shadows in the snow, their presence is felt only.
Okay. Just to confirm, Aqua, you also did share lore surrounding the Houseblade, correct?
Yeah, but we're still working on because I was waiting for all the other houses to finish up their lore before I incorporate mine because
Okay,
I wanted to incorporate Helldivers 1 into the clan lore.
gotcha.
And pay tribute to my late father as well. This is like off the record, not we're still working on it, but
Hmm.
we what I wanted to do was basically because Vogue is corpse retrieval. Basically on Genesis Prime as he's looking for bodies or whatever, or the battle that transpired, or just people very, could be Genesis Prime. Um, he finds a cryopod, and in that cryopod is myself. And basically, how I got there was basically my father had pushed me during the war, the first Galactic War, um, and the pod had like shot down to Super Earth, whatever, and I had been frozen there for however long and for 100 years or whatever. So basically, kind of like the Avatar in a sense. Kind of
Okay.
one. So House Cinder was tribute to Zuko's storyline. Vogs was basically just because we didn't really see any lore surrounding like how the dead get buried. There's tombstones and all that on the planets and whatnot, but we don't know how like why they're there, how they got there. You know what I mean? We assume that Sif is responsible, but you know what I mean? And a lot of the houses are basically to fill in the blanks that maybe Helldivers doesn't allude to in terms of lore. So like Thornwall is like this tech savvy. He's like in charge of creating the newest and greatest stratagems, and Lexicon is the record keepers for all events that transpire in Helldivers 2. And Cinder is basically our first frontal force. They're the ones that we send down first. They're the ones that get boots on the ground, get wet, and just go hard, killing all enemies in sight, pretty much. Um, and then if we need a stealth objective, then that's when we send in Vogue. Things that are a little bit more delicate to handle. So, and then
The hidden sector.
yeah, we have Life, which is House Life, which is also our sample recovery team. They also are they always are raising the funds by super credit farming, and they currently are working on the database, which is going to be like the wiki with the enemy numbers and all the data points and all that stuff. But we're still currently working on that. It's about a month in venture that we've been working on for that. And
Yeah.
then we have House Lynn. They are the people that might not see themselves in a house designation. They play the game simply to just enjoy the comedic, you know, fun of the game and
Chaos.
the chaos that ensues. So, and then my house is basically for like those veterans from Helldivers 1, those people that you know, would like all the houses, but don't they don't want to just conform. But at the same time, when you join the server and when you join a house, you aren't locked into that position. You can change it anytime. So
I know you guys said you guys feature like house systems.
mhm.
Outside of the house systems, or maybe they exist within, does your clan feature specific sub-factions or regiments, specialists, divisions,
um
fleets at all?
yes. So we're still working on all the lore implications for the divisions. That's what we call
Mhm.
the subdivisions of the houses. So currently we have I'll just start from the top. We have a subdivision called the Privateers of Democracy. They are basically the cargo haulers. They are the ones responsible for supply and demand, resources and supplies to the Helldivers. Um, they're That's basically them. They loot automaton and illuminate ships for parts and stuff. And then we have Devils of Adhara. We're still working on the lore for this one, so we can't really talk about this one too much. It's a little bit hush hush right now because of Angel's Venture and everything.
Recent
Um,
developments.
yeah, recent developments that have transpired. We have the Found. The Found is a sub faction of House Lin. They are the ones that mainly you never know when they're going to come or when they appear. They are mainly our SOS responders task force. So, um, they represent the clan, but you'll mainly see them responding to SOSs.
Gotcha.
Um, the Unveiled is basically the secret division in House Vogue. That is, their main objective is to get the bodies of the fallen and bring them back to Planet Mog for sacred burial. To cut a long story short. The Direwolves of Mogs is also a newer one. They primarily work in night operations. They are the ones that are only dedicated to night ops. And then we also have another subdivision of House of Og called the Valkyries of the Shattered, which is still a work in progress, but it is an all-female division. So,
Okay, that's actually pretty unique. Thank you for elaborating on that. And
mhm.
then, within the divisions or these regiments, um, does there also exist like a ranking or a chain of command system? And if there is one, how is it structured?
So we have the house leaders, and then we have the people that operate in the houses. That is basically how we operate. There's no ranks or anything. We wanted to, we didn't want to do ranks because it basically we have our ranks inside Helldivers too, but if we have ranks inside the server, it just gives reason to like gloat or cause, entitlement, a little bit of entitlement and friction. So we thought that maybe not having the ranks in the server would be a better call. Just so we don't have that, because like at the end of the day, we wanted a safe, fun place for people just to game and get to know people and find people that share the same interests to them. So
to allow people to be themselves and at the same time having it be more inclusive instead of exclusive, like, oh, you have to do this or wear this loadout. No, we want them to be themselves and learn to use all types of weapons in order to complete the mission, which is obviously spread democracy.
While we do
well said.
enjoy the mill sim type setup, we don't essentially require it.
Okay.
Anyone who role plays, it's through passion alone. And I would say, harkening back to the rank system, the only closest thing we have towards that, I would say, would be that we have the house leaders, and then underneath that would be division leaders, and
Okay.
then the people within those divisions. That would be, I would say.
Or maybe even number of successful missions.
So we currently don't know how to calculate that, but we do have some people that can run the numbers. I would have to talk to spreadsheets and Roy. I don't know if that's their cup of tea. So, but we don't know as a whole. We
also do kind of have a timeline of things when it comes to the events that have transpired since the plan's creation.
you
For
gotta plug it
example,
into your
the
console
entire
with your cable.
journey. And so, and onward, we've been essentially steadily documenting the different battles of the different planets that have taken place. That, well, mostly in
Okay. When possible, could you actually give me those like generalized or ballpark estimates? Because I would really appreciate that if I could include it or be able to use it when I do put up this video.
Well, I guess we can go off based off of the leaders' numbers and combine them if you want.
To do that, yeah.
So you said enemies killed.
Enemies killed, yeah.
Do you want each faction of enemies, or do you want just a grand
total kills?
Okay.
Grand total.
116, 657. Missions completed. 5,034.
Okay, it's pretty good numbers then.
Oh wait. That's
Sounds
objectives completed. My bad.
Oh, okay.
My bad. Missions one. Do you want one or played?
Missions successful.
One.
So missions you have completed.
1,133.
Yeah, you got a decent amount in there. Do you guys happen to have a clan motto, or is there a motto for each of the individual houses?
So we have a overall clan motto, and then we have house mottos as well. So our overall Trident clan motto is forever, and for wherever we go, only democracy knows. Trident Helldivers to the third degree to ensure all our citizens stay free. And then we have the house mottos. Cinder, do you want to say your motto?
Yeah, the motto we have for House Cinder is people can't be bought, bullied, or reasoned with. Some just want to see the world burn.
House Life's motto is the samples. You need them, we got them.
You gotta do the voice.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. Always.
We have House Vogg's motto. Vendell.
I could read that one if you like. Yeah. We are gremlins in the dark, but we always hit our mark. Unlike our mark.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
That one. Yeah. A lot of lore behind that
one. Sauce.
Lexicon is root knowledge. Victory.
I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit of chills hearing that because that sounds exactly like Optimus Prime.
remember your
He's awesome.
Sauce
is awesome.
Sauce, remember you have an actual motto now. Yeah, in the clan history.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Go ahead, Baxter.
Yeah, the clan history. Here, I'll copy and paste it for you. Hold on. 1 second. It'll be in this voice chat in thingy.
Oh, I forgot the big one.
Yeah, yeah. Right above the YouTube link for the video. It's right there.
Yeah.
House Lynn, of course, all of the houses do have a motto. I think
The House of Lexicon is the order of lore keepers within the Trident
No,
clan.
not the whole thing. Not the whole thing. Sorry.
Not the whole thing.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Sauce. Hold on.
His is the longest motto.
Yeah, his is the long.
Mine's
His is the big one. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm editing the message right now so you can see it. There you go, Sauce.
There we go. For history is written
Uh-oh.
by those who dare to remember it, and legends are born through those who record them.
Well said.
Yeah. Nice.
Sorry about all that confusion. Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get House Lynn's pulled up real quick.
Cool.
House Lynn is... Oh, no. My bad. We forgot House Thornwall. My bad. House Thornwall's motto is, who needs teammates?
Who needs teammates when we have turns?
House Lynn's motto is, goblins rise to the fight, where we play games to get away. This is the goblin way. So, yeah. All quirky, but, all for fun. So.
Do some of the divisions have specific gear sets or scenario loadouts? I think you guys already said no to this, but I'm asking just to confirm.
So, for funsies, I guess you could say Incinder is fire loadouts, but, anything that goes boom. Life is primarily, they don't, like we said earlier, no one has a specific loadout. You're welcome to use anything. Life uses arc and gas. Oh, jeez. I use melee weapons as my house. We have, hold on, my bad.
I think we did talk about the fact that when they come up with the clan systems and possibly the customization, then we'll possibly think about doing uniforms and color schematics or schemes.
Yep.
In order to reflect our houses. But it's just waiting until that happens.
Exactly.
Do you guys by chance have any clan supported mods at all?
No, we don't do mods.
Okay. Aqua, you also wanted to add something before?
Dude, hold on, what was I gonna say? I'm trying to remember. Losing my train of thought a little bit. We've been trying. We're waiting for customization, like we said. Right now we've kind of we love the new cape that came out in the new Warbond. The hold on, it is called the Frere Liberum. That cape and the holders of the yellow line cape are like kind of our capes that we usually run a lot of the time. Incinder, okay. I remember you liked one cape. Which one was it again?
I run usually on mine. It is the Tyrant Hunter, cape shredded from the prestige of unrelenting savagery. Each world will visit upon the nemesis of freedom.
Yeah. So we don't even have set capes right now, but like those are our main capes that we usually run. So I usually run with the blue armor, or now the new model citizen armor with the Spartan helmet from the Urban Legends Warbond. So
gotcha. This next question I'm going to ask is very open-ended, so all of you guys can answer this when you can. Why should someone who just bought the game join your clan?
Do you want to have fun? Are you looking for others to have fun with? Are you down for a good time? Do you want to meet brothers that share the same passion that you're about to partake in? If you're never alone.
As myself and my thoughts on actually being it's the community aspect of it. I mean, from here, the minute you're thrown into the game, it gives you a basic tutorial. It's like literally 2 seconds, and teaching somebody new tactics, how to get into cover, or just because somebody's level 150 or another member's another level 30, it doesn't matter. We're still on the same playing field, and no matter if you need to grind super credits, we'll grind it with you. I mean, it's interacting with each other and building each other up. It's not being exclusive, like we said. We're all trying to meet the goal. We're trying to do the MO. We're trying to do the personal order, but at the same time, it's gathering, having fun at the same time, and just teaching teach. I like to actually go on low levels and help them get up, and that's how I do my recruitment. Of bringing people into the game and say, hey, we got a bunch of people right here willing to help you.
Usually, my recruitment method very much like Cinders, that I will do random queues, join random people and assist them in whatever they're trying to do at the moment. Generally, I find it on levels 1 through, I would say, 6, 7. It's kind of the ranges I do that recruitment through. Um, and we found a lot of people who either just started the game or I'll demonstrate a tactic and they're just like, I didn't even know that was a thing. And it's like, well, sometimes you just don't know because you haven't experienced someone do it before.
Sauce?
I think people should join uh, just starting out. You know, going in alone as a Helldiver kind of suck. Even a random block, people keep killing and, having them chaos divers all around you. You need somebody to back you up and make sure that somebody always has your back going out.
Okay. Um, what is the most common region for your clan? Is it North America? Is it Europe?
We
Maybe Asia or Oceanic?
so we are North America, some parts of Europe, and Australia currently.
Australia, okay. Sure. Now, what media or IP serves as the biggest inspiration for clan decorum, whether it's art or propaganda?
As you mean, like the main theme of the server?
Actually, both the survey and for the houses as well.
Helldivers 2 is the main theme. So basically, we are a video gaming community, with the heart of a Helldiver. That is how we like to look at it.
Now, what are some of the inspirations for the houses as well? Is
Uh,
there media that you guys took? I know you mentioned Avatar
so
as
my
one example earlier.
my house, because they said 100 years from the first Galactic War. So I was like, the immediate thought that came to my mind was Avatar: Last Airbender. 100 years, he was frozen in the ice. Where we went into cryopods after the tutorial. We don't know how long. If that was right, like when we're playing the tutorial, they don't tell us a timestamp of when that transpired, right? For all we know, that could have been like, and we were cryogenically frozen for God knows how long, and now we're being deployed, and that's when we're set foot on our ships for the first time. So like there's that gray area that we don't know how long we were frozen when we first start the game.
I would say House Fog's inspiration for it's a aesthetic purposes would be probably Gothic slash Sith from Star Wars. Not in that we're evil, but just we have that kind of dark, almost kind of like very intense appearance. But then you get to know any member of House Fog, and we're a lot nicer than we look.
Okay.
Um, Mine personally, House Lexicon comes from something personal as well. Um, I'm an English teacher for now, and I just left the right. I left things in order.
Okay.
I'm sitting there myself. Like I said, basically myself. Like I said, my personality is a little fiery sometimes, a little hot-headed. But at the same time, it's all love and community-wise, and just wanted to be helpful. But at the same time, Cinder is just like it's like a mechanism. Point me in that direction, and that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hit that fight, and I want everyone to come with me and storm it, burn it down, so we can accomplish our mission.
I would say two inspirations you can point to also for how Cinder is. It's been like noted like, oh, there's similarities between that and the story of Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and also Vegeta from
Oh,
Dragon Ball.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That was not intended, but kind of just as it was being written, people kept noticing like, there's just some parallels,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it's just for fun, and sometimes it's like actually.
There's
Yeah,
parallels
we're
that you pick
kind of
up on
working
if
on
you know
that.
the series, but we try to be our own thing. So
Yeah.
Could you actually give an example for Goku or Zuko, if possible, Cinder?
oh
Yeah.
I
Hold on,
can.
let me pull it up.
Vegeta.
So he's
For
asking.
Vegeta, thank you.
Yeah.
So he's asking for the line.
I mean, I can go over a little bit of history and the story.
I think it's
Like,
read the first paragraph in the leader's backstory in Cinder, and then I think the Prince Vegeta reference is where is it? Where is it? The next one is the third paragraph. It's in desperation. There we go. That paragraph as well.
hold on, got it right here. It says, braving some of the galaxy's most hostile environments, housed in the commands the desert and extreme heat planets, their tenacity and resilience, hostile conditions make them unmatched in adaptability. Only they can survive where others fail, fueling the sense of honor and claiming the harshest terrains of Super Earth. Uh,
It's the leader's
is it
backstory.
in
First paragraph.
desperation?
No. It's the first
Uh,
paragraph of leader's backstory. That paragraph right there during the first Galactic
Yeah,
War.
it says during the First Galactic War, Cinder's grandfather played a pivotal role by aiding the Trident administration. In recognition of his valiant efforts, they awarded him control of Atara in the Galax sector. However, upon his return, tensions erupted. Cinder's father, angered by the loss of Genesis Prime during the war, staged a coup to overthrow his grandfather, who was then banished to from Hellmire, stripping him of his honor and power. Years later, when Cinder was born, he grew up in Hellmire, trained vigorously in the Helmarian way of combat, mastering the use of fiery weaponry. Though he found little joy in the harsh conditions, he respected their discipline and strength. As he came of age, his destiny took a sudden turn. One day, a frantic scientist burst into the throne room, warning Incendor's father of unusual Terminator activity. He urged immediate evacuation, predicting a massive surge of the deadly creatures. Dismissing the science concern, Incendior's father refused to act, unable to ignore the looming danger. Incendor defied his father, using his authority to evacuate as many willing citizens as possible. Tragically, only about 10% of the total population of Hellmire chose to follow him.
In desperation. That'll lead you
Oh,
into.
in desperation, Incender reached out to the Trident administration, who informed him of that his grandfather was alive and residing on Hadara. Upon arriving there, Incender was stunned to discover the Helmarians living in exile. Over the next years, he began a new life, building a family and welcoming the birth of his son, a child he swore to protect at all costs. But peace was short-lived. Reports from his guard brought dire news. The TCS system had malfunctioned. Meridia imploded into a wormhole. The Terminate's breeding accelerated rapidly, creating a massive spore cloud that engulfed Hellmire and nearby planets. The devastation was total. No survivors reported.
I do want to also ask actually a follow-up question. This is actually for everyone, or maybe even the clan lore itself. Do you actually progressively write the lore as events happen in Helldivers?
We try our best to.
Yes.
We try our best to.
That's super interesting. You are no other clan, as far as I know, in the interviews I have done, has actually done that. So that's really interesting, guys.
Yeah,
I
we
actually do appreciate you for sharing that.
we're currently working. So like we said, which is a little hush hush right now. We already have the name Devils of Adhara picked out. Um, but we wanted to incorporate the implosion of Angel's Venture because we have a shout out to him, Unknown Devil. Um, he um he um he used to be part of the 101, I believe. And he came into he found our little community. And he was a big part in the beginning. He's still around. He's underage, so he's in school and stuff. So he doesn't get to game as much. Um, but he he's going to be the leader of the Devils of Adhara, which his home planet was Angel's Venture. So he recently posted a meme where it says, "I'm from Angel's Venture," and I say kill them all, and that sparked us to be like, okay, yeah, we can work with this. We can make it so that was probably his home planet, and he was part of one of the evacuation ships or something. We're still working on it.
Sort of like that Starship Troopers and Rico's.
Yeah, I was about to say Starship Troopers is a pretty big inspiration for a lot of clans. Same thing with Warhammer.
So we'll probably have it because we like to tie in our lore with other house lore as well. So if you
Mhm.
noticed when we were reading when Insider was reading his leader's backstory with the mad scientist that burst in, that has a tie in to House Life's backstory as well. And it just all accumulates it, like, so basically if you read each independent house lore, you won't get all the nods, but if you were to read the whole clan lore as a whole, you will get those little tidbits and be like, oh wow, and like that's connected to this and all that. So like we're
It's almost
very
similar
very
to
passionate about our clan's history and lore and all that. So we try our best
it's
to
almost
write it with the evolution of the game. So
I would say it's
okay.
very similar to the MCU style of things, where each individual entry is, not only self-contained, but does have very or really good references to other of our works. So once you've watched all of it, it kind of builds this spider web of sorts.
That's actually really interesting.
yeah.
That's really because again, as far as I know, you guys so far through the process of interviewing, I've so far interviewed. Um, well, as of Sunday, tomorrow, I will have interviewed a little over 17, 18 clans. Um, but so far, you guys are the first clan that has, taken some of that MCU draw. Was that intentional when
Um,
designing the entire lore, or was that something that you guys just end up realizing over time and
I
made that connection?
I wanted at the get go when I made Trident as a whole, and I pitched the idea of the house system. I wanted it to be like kind of like a Power Ranger aesthetic, but then I was like, wait, it can't be a Power Ranger aesthetic. This is gonna be like a Harry Potter thing where like you choose a house and you represent that house, or you can change it any time, like I said, but like it's like morale, like boosting, like I'm Powerhouse Cinder and I'm fucking shit up, or like I'm
My part.
yeah, I'm doing my part, like you know what I mean, like yeah, or like those quieter people that like the stealth gameplay, like they're house bogs, like they're through and through, like um and that's where it mainly came, that's where the inspiration mainly came from, was like a little bit of Avatar: Last Airbender, a little bit of Harry Potter, just loving the game in general. So um we wanted uh we wanted to incorporate that. A lot of my childhood was growing up in the 90s, with like Danny Phantom and like Ben 10 and stuff. So I've always been a fan of like that sci-fi kind of like paranormal stuff. So yeah.
Oh, that's really cool that you guys taken a lot of inspiration from all different sources of media. So I am very appreciative of the insight, actually.
Oh, another thing I wanted to throw in there, I can't remember
Mhm.
where it came from, but recently, Arrowhead added businesses to
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
locations that they
Hold on,
visit,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold
and
on.
I feel like that needs to be
Oh yeah, we
because
need to say that. So there's no lore on any of the businesses in the game. They just gave us billboards to work
so
with. So we
Mhm.
wrote this about our clan. So quote unquote canon, the Trident Colonial Administration has at least a couple businesses present on Super Earth. House Bog sells life insurance policies as well as notarized CO1 permits. Cease and desist for stealing our likeness without prior authorization from a designated Super Earth Ministry of Expansion representative is being looked into. House Cinder, after making Adhara a welcoming kingdom, decided to take up a fast food chain. You kill him, we grill him. Bugfest.
Bugfest.
Just because the Trident Colonial Administration cares about a clean reputation, House Blade runs a laundromat chain, Super Clean Laundry. House Vogue runs Truster Bank, which we were godsmacked when we saw that in because I know the Trident moniker can be a very common symbol, but the fact that it was called Truster Bank and it had both a purple and a light purplish blue color with the Trident moniker, it kind of got us kind of giddy because we were like, did Arrowhead kind of see some of our content that we've done? There's no way, right? There's no way. We would be honored if that was the case that inspired them. But like, holy crap! So, but yeah, they gave us billboards to run with, and we were like, okay, yep, we're making this canon.
A self-contained canon.
Yeah, self-contained, not actual canon. So, but yeah.
Well, I do appreciate the insight. I just got one more question to conclude the interview. What else, if any, would you like to add to the end of this interview?
Oh boy. We are small in number, but we are always seeking to find and welcome new people. If you enjoy video games and you enjoy, Helldivers 2, try giving us a look at. You can find us on YouTube. I have all my socials. It's Aquablade95. There you'll find a link to our Discord. I know that's very confusing, but Trident was very much taken. But I was dead set on Trident being the name. I don't think I ever got into the lore, and I don't think I've ever told the house leaders why I came up with the name Trident. But the reason why the clan is named Trident and why the community is named Trident is because my father, before he passed, he was a fighter, but sadly he wasn't able to. He was trying to see Aquaman 2, and as you know, Aquaman holds the Trident. But also in Helldivers 1, there's a weapon called the Trident as well, and it's like a laser like arc showing. It's kind of like the Blitzer, but like it is like it's kind of like the scythe, the sickle, and the Blitzer had a baby. Pretty much is how I can describe the Trident weapon in Helldivers 1. So, and if Arrowhead ever added the Trident gun from Helldivers 1, I'd lose my shit, just hands down.
It would become standardized loadout, at least for House.
Yes, I would be rocking it, 100%. So, but yeah, that's kind of I owe a lot to my dad. He was all about family, and I am not trying to get too emotional at the very end of this interview. Um, I mainly made the server because he was all about family and he loved video games. And honestly, if it wasn't for the simple excuse of my dad inviting my mom over to play Super Mario and making an excuse for video games, I wouldn't be born. So I owe a lot to video games as a whole, and um, you know, just gaming and friends and community. So
Yeah, and I can harp on that too as well. I've been playing games since I think games were invented. I've had Pong and everything, and every sort of game you could possibly name. And when the online came out, I was just up my alley, just meeting people in community, things of that nature. And then I would say, I'm usually a stickler for a game, and I stick to it. I played a game called DC Universe Online, and I played like 7,000 hours of that game before I stopped. And with this community, that game had one of the best in-game chats and community wise and everything like that. But when Arrowhead came out with this and the PVE style and no PvP and getting rid of that toxicity and be more welcoming and things like that, it's just something that went right up my alley. I do real life situation can get you ups, down, things of that nature, but you want to be part of a community where you're at least doing something. And this games is something that I've enjoyed for a very long time, and it's the habit I'll probably never break. So I want to do it with people that are like-minded people, fun people, and like you said, the levels that they think and the things they explore, writing, arts, and movies, and things like that we talk about. It's just something that really harkens to the fact that I want to continue to be in this community and do these things.
Yeah, my I agree. My personal journey beauty started, I would say, at birth because my dad was a huge collector of the newest and greatest technologies, and well, video games were starting to actually become a consistent thing at that point. I remember actually getting our first N64, and as a family, beating Ocarina of Time. I feel like that is probably one of the biggest reasons why I love gaming so much. Just playing games with other people, even if it's a single player game. I like to be there for the journey. It's really awesome. And like you said in Cinder, the fact that this game Helldivers 2 doesn't have PvP as like its main focus, like so many, practically all other multiplayer games on the market right now, was such a breath of fresh air. Because there's lots of communities that I would join and then immediately fall out of because well it was just there was this constant measuring contest between everyone. Oh, I've gotten this many kills and only this many deaths. In Helldivers 2, it's like, have you completed the mission? Did you grab the samples? Good, let's go.
They're more by integrating these contributions. The leader of the Trident clan becomes not just a figurehead, but a legendary commander, innovator, defender of democracy, more responsible for the tactical, technological, and logistical advancements that allow Helldivers to get into their fight.
I appreciate I appreciate you doing this interview, Gundam. I really do.
Yeah, I am very appreciative of you guys also setting time aside to be able to answer some of my questions regarding the lore. Again, you probably clan that takes a lot of inspiration from different sources of media. Other clans, it's one specific set.
Hmm.
But it definitely shows within the writing that you guys have also the progressive writing style where you keep adding onto it, almost like a huge, I think as someone said here, the MCU. So that was a really good explanation.
Hmm.
Uh, Other than that, if you guys don't have anything else to add to the interview, I'm going to go ahead and cut recording.
All right.
We all good?
Cool.
Yeah, we're all
We're
good.
good.
Thank you
Alrighty.
again.
Did you guys have any questions for me before I head out?
I don't think so. Are you gonna be you're gonna be editing the video down and everything? I'm gonna try to get this clipped and cut so I'm not I'm get um I'll let you post yours, but I'm probably gonna keep this as a private video for the server. So
Gotcha. Yeah. So I will be posting mine. It's going to be on a separate channel. But if that separate channel does not get made in time, then it's going to be put onto my personal channel, which is a YouTube project channel. I can grab that link in a hot second
yeah,
here.
can you post the link in our DMs and I'll
Yeah.
I'd love to check that
I'll
out.
post. Yeah, this is where I will post it if I don't have that separate channel made. Because of the large amount of clans I'm still in the process of interviewing, that video probably won't be out for a while.
mm-hmm.
But once I do start to make it and get around to making it, I will reach out to you guys to collaborate on, if I'm describing you guys correctly, if all of my information is correct on the houses. Maybe it's for updates of information because there might be a bit of a gap between now and when I start making the video.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So don't expect any time soon.
Yep.
But when that does happen, I will reach out to you guys and just collaborate a little bit to make sure, hey, video paints you guys in a light that you appreciate, if I'm accurate,
Mhm.
and if I, if there's anything else I'm missing or you guys feel like I could rewrite better or include.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Do you mind if you probably don't want this to the masses just yet because you want to be the, but do you want us, are we okay if we post this to the channel and tell, like, hey, this is our first interaction with the first, colonial regiment, and they're good people?
So actually, this project is solo and it is separate from the first Colonial.
Okay.
Understood.
All right.
So if
So,
you want to upload it, you can,
mm-hmm.
but this has nothing to do with the first Colonial. This is of my own fruition. I'm doing this because no one is really accurately documenting a lot of the clans within Helldivers 2 or some of the community involvement. There is maybe a little bit of interaction with some of the history and war. I know there's a YouTube channel that did something for Operation Cataclysm and some of the joint clan stuff, as well as some posts made on low sodium Helldivers regarding that.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, there isn't a whole lot known about clans, and information that is out there is also either outdated, it's very sparse to find, or it is just also just incorrect. I think Chaos Divers and the 101st right now are probably the two biggest examples that I can think of, as any history regarding 101st and splitting off is very not really known, especially with some of the clans out there,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the Chaos Divers. I've heard people say they've disbanded. I've heard people say they still team kill, and currently that's actually not the case. So
Yeah.
I aim to accurately represent every clan in a light that they are receptive to and that they are appreciative of.
Good. Well said. I just want to say thanks again, Gundam. Join the Discord server. Link in the description.